most crucial stage in the development of the Renaissance Space Labs community. Today, together with George Fusish, we will open the next chapter in our business. I would like to emphasize that we will not take breaks and the briefing will last about an hour. So, my dear colleagues, my dear shareholders, I'd like to point out right away that our meeting is only for the ECN holders and those who have initiated the conversion process, as well as shareholders of Renaissance Space Labs. If you do not fall into any of these categories, the information presented today is not intended for you. So therefore, do not delay and kindly leave the conference now. Thank you for your understanding, and we continue. Today's topic will be focused on the conversion of ECN into shares. I must admit this process has been significantly delayed. As you know, this is one of those paradoxical situations when you can't point to a single party as being solely at fault. Everyone involved made mistakes, some more, some less, and while no one committed a critical error, the cumulative effect has led us to the current situation. Today, we have a situation when, due to a number of reasons, various reasons, we cannot move on to the next stage of Renaissance Space Lab development. And of course, such a situation does not suit either the company or those shareholders who have conscientiously fulfilled their obligations. And today, we want to give you a solution to this problem. Today, we want to change the situation. We could go on about the problems we had to face. We can go on about how our entire team tried, worried, and did everything possible and impossible to speed up this process. And indeed, many of you may find inspiration, which was a testament to perseverance in pursuit of achieving a goal. However, it is our responsibility to provide you with the means to own shares in the company. And the fact remains that this process has been significantly delayed, period. Most of you are aware of the many challenges that have arisen along the way. But there is one fundamental issue that needs to be addressed, and that is the exceptionally high documentation requirements for the owners of shares. If you look at it from the point of view of someone who regularly deals with international companies, then these are quite standard requirements. But for a large number of our future co-owners, if not for the majority of our co-owners, these requirements turned out to be either very difficult or impossible to fulfill outright. We invited you today to tell you that a solution has been found, and it was indeed found, and to give you the solution. This solution is suitable for everyone. Important point. A very important point. This is not a replacement. It is an opportunity to make a decision and a choice. This opportunity will allow consolidating the community of Renaissance Space Lab shareholders, which will therefore allow the company to move forward. The solution exists, and it is the issuance of a coin backed by the company's shares. Let me repeat that. It is the issuance of a coin backed by the company's shares. Literally, this means that the coin equals the company's share and vice versa. Currently, anyone can choose one of two options. Continue registering the company's shares or receive the company's shares in the form of coins on the blockchain. So please welcome RSL coin. Let's take a look at the properties of RSL coin. Information about RSL coin. Name RSL. Symbol RSL. Blockchain NASBO standard NSB20. That's ERC20. Backing company's capital shares. Ratio 1 coin equals 1 share. Total issue cannot exceed the total number of capital shares. Within 3 to 4 months, our technicians will create a special form through which anyone can apply for the RSL coin exchange for the company's shares. During the first 6 months, specifically until April 3rd, coins will be non-transferable from one address to another. This means there will be a moratorium on transferring coins to other people for the first 6 months. This is done specifically to prevent anyone from making mistakes in the initial rush. As you may recall, blockchain errors are generally irreversible. Coin holders will be able to vote in the same way as owners of shares. There will be a technical nuance, but we'll discuss it before the vote itself. The main thing is that the owner of the coin will be able to cast his or her vote just like the owner of the company's share. Issuance of RSL coin was planned for a much later date, but this is the only quick solution to complete the conversion. That's why we took this step now. Attention! Right now, our main task is to complete the conversion so that we can move forward. This is our direct path forward. This is about preparing for going public via an IPO, listing on exchanges, and these will be the topics of our next meetings. But today, our number one priority is to finalize the conversion. The unfinished conversion ties our hands, and we cannot implement some of our plans, including going public via an IPO. Therefore, if there are people in your teams who haven't done anything yet, or started doing it and gave up, or couldn't do it because of paperwork, please contact them. Tell them about the opportunity and make sure they took one of two steps. Either completed the cycle with the submission of documents for receiving shares or completed all the steps to obtain the RSL coin. In both cases, they will have all the rights of shareholders. By issuing RSL coin, the company takes on additional obligations and responsibilities, but gives you the opportunity to complete the conversion using a simplified scheme, thereby speeding up the possibility of further steps. Let's now look at how to get RSL coin. But before we discuss how to get the RSL coin, it's very important to discuss how and where to store them. There are two options for storing RSL coin. Option 1, you can store them at your current address. Option 2, you can create a new address and store them there. I highly recommend storing RSL coin at a separate address. I repeat, at a separate address. There is only one reason, your security. If you place your RSL coins on your current address in IA wallet, then anyone who knows your address can easily and quickly see exactly which coins you hold and how many of those you hold. This is the basis of blockchain. I think many people won't want to show their capital. Of course, if you consciously choose to share your address and reveal your capital, that's entirely your decision, but it should be intentional, not accidental. Do you understand what I'm talking about? At the moment, the most reliable and correct option is to place RSL coin on a completely new address that was not connected to you in any way. This is my recommendation, but the decision is yours. In fact, you have not two, but three options for where to place your RSL coins. Option 1, choose your primary address on IA Wallet. But I repeat, I do not recommend this to you. Option 2, create a new address on wallet.nesbo.io, and this is the ideal option. But it's your responsibility to keep the keys to your address safe. If you lose the keys, you will lose access to your RSL coin, and then we won't be able to help you. Option 3 will give you keys which we will keep safe for you. And if you lose them, we'll help you recover them. It won't be easy, but it will be possible. Regardless of which option you choose, to view your balance of RSL coins and manage them, you'll have to use wallet.nesbo.io. In your back office, you'll find instructions on how to add an address or create a new address in your wallet.nesbo.io wallet. Now, we'll move on to our next part, namely how to get RSL coin. And there I'll also show you how to add an address to your wallet Nesbo.io wallet if you choose the third option, when the system issues and saves the keys to you. So, let's look at the two options for getting your RSL coins. Option 1. If the application for receiving shares was not submitted. Option 2. If the application for receiving shares was submitted. So, the first option, if the application for receiving shares was not submitted. Enter the Renaissance Space Labs back office through the GIGOS platform. If you are entering the Renaissance Space Labs back office for the first time, you'll need to take step 1, create a login and password, and take step 2, review the personalized offer on the exchange of ECN for the company's shares and accept it. And the next step, you'll be asked to choose, do you want to receive the company's shares or do you want to receive RSL coin? If you want to get the company's shares, then follow the standard route. And if you want to get RSL coin, then choose this route. If you've already entered the Renaissance Space Labs back office and you are at a later step in the process, then at every stage you'll see a pop-up dialog offering you the option to receive RSL coin and a proceed button. And then the standard steps follow. You'll need to submit the standard documents that you have, personal document, and any document confirming your address of residence. If you have already submitted such documents, you do not need to send them again. The next step is to specify the wallet address where you want to receive RSL coin. At this point, you'll be presented with a ready-to-use key. Let me remind you that this is the third option for storing your RSL coins, where we'll give you keys that will keep safe for you. And if you lose them, we'll help you recover them. Sure, it won't be easy, but it will be doable. If you choose this option, you'll receive 24 special words in which your private key will be encrypted. Keep them in a safe place so no one can access them. Do not send them via email or WhatsApp or Telegram or any other messenger. It's better to write them down on paper. And now, as I promised, I'll show you how to add an address to the wallet.nesbo.io. For example, we receive these 24 words. Warning! I am showing you these because they are specifically designed for demonstrational purposes. Never, I repeat, never ever give anyone a demonstration with your wallet words. If you want to demonstrate, use, for example, these here words, the ones you see on the screen. So we have these 24 words. We go to wallet.nesbo.io, and this image opens, and we click the Restore Wallet button. Next, we select the mnemonic block, as we want to add an address using a 24-word mnemonic phrase. A field opens where we enter our 24 words and click Unlock Wallet. Next, we need to enter a password that will encrypt your 24-word phrase on this device. This will prevent anyone else from using your wallet. I repeat, this password will only apply to this device. When you enter the password and proceed further, you will be given a confirmation that the address has been added. Let's continue. And log in to your new wallet. By clicking the highlighted button, you will copy your current address. You will need to paste this into the form in your Renaissance Space Labs back office to specify the address to which you want RSL coins to be sent. Creating a new address is almost the same. The only difference is that they will create 24 words for you and try to verify that you have written them down somewhere. Creating a new address is not difficult. The main thing is not to lose the keys to it. Okay, we've covered creating an address. Let's continue with our steps to receiving RSL coins. Our next step is to accept the ECN to RSL coin exchange agreement. You'll need to sign it electronically, and then we'll continue. And don't forget to read the agreement. Next step, pay the service fee for processing the transaction. If you have already paid it, you don't need to pay it again. Next step, submit your application for processing. It'll be processed within 1 to 5 business days, and RSL coins will be accrued to the address you specified. That's it. The cycle is complete. Let's consider the second option. if the application to receive shares was submitted. In this case, if you want to interrupt the issuance of shares and proceed to receiving RSL coins, you first need to understand at what stage your application is at the moment and whether it can be cancelled. How to do this? Click the button, this one, indicating that you want to interrupt receiving of shares and to receive RSL coins instead. The system will check the status of your application. If it's already been sent, we'll check with our agents. If the application can be cancelled, we'll do it. If it can't, the shares will be given out to you. This verification and cancellation process can take from a few seconds to between 3 and 5 business days, as this may be due to formal procedures. The rest of the steps are the same. You don't need to send any documents. You don't need to pay anything. In this case, if any additional costs arise, the company will cover them. You will need to provide the address where you want to receive your RSL coins. You'll need to enter into a new agreement and submit everything for processing. Your application will be processed within 1 to 5 business days, and RSL coins will be credited to your address. You have a choice and two options how to act: to receive shares or to receive RSL coins. RSL coins will have various properties, but today we are interested in only one. If some people decide to receive coins, the share registration will be accelerated, meaning the conversion process will be completed and we can move further. In any case, we've provided a solution that solves the current problem. If you already have shares and want to exchange them for RSL coins, we have that covered as well. As we mentioned, within 3 to 4 months, our techies will create a special form through which anyone can submit an application to exchange RSL coin for company shares. It will also be possible to exchange company shares for RSL coin. You can exchange shares and RSL coin in either direction. Both shares and RSL coin give you equal rights as a shareholder. I'd like to mention the pros and cons of a special coin backed by company shares, namely RSL coin. The pros: blockchain based verification. A wider range of personal documents is suitable for issuing RSL coin specifically for you. Fast RSL coin issuance process. You won't have to wait long. Convenient form of storage. Convenient form of transfer of RSL coin to a third party. You can exchange RSL coin for equity shares at any time. Various options for using it as an asset on the blockchain may be offered in various ways. Cons: ownership of capital shares through RSL coin. Additional security requirements for private keys. And now I'd like to repeat. Our main priority right now is to complete the conversion so we can move further. Until we complete conversion, we won't be able to implement some of our plans, including preparation for going public via an IPO. Therefore, if there are members of your team who haven't done anything yet, or started doing it and gave up, or couldn't do anything because of the paperwork, please contact them. Tell them about the opportunity and encourage them to take one of the two steps. Either complete the process of submitting the documents to receive shares or complete all the steps to receive RSL coin. We need your help. Let's do this quickly. With RSL coin, it is possible, and then we can move forward. Each of you may have your own plans and strategies for Renaissance Space Lab shares, and that's a personal matter. I should not be concerned with that. I just want to point out one thing. I've heard some potential shareholders ask, when can we sell the shares? Let me reiterate. Your decisions are none of my business, and I won't even comment on the desire to sell shares at the beginning of their development. This is your business. But right now, help the entire community. With RSL Coin, there are no barriers to a quick conversion. Let's do this quickly. Move on to the next stage, and those who want to do so will have no obstacles to operations with their assets. Let's do this. Let's do this quickly so we can hold a general meeting in January and determine the company's future direction and next steps. And right now, I'd like to invite George Fusich, director of Renaissance Space Labs, to this venue. Thank you. Hello, friends. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for your presentation. And with your permission, friends, I will continue our briefing. I want to emphasize once again that you've heard correctly. Yes, for the convenience of co-owners, a special coin was issued on the blockchain that converts the ownership of company shares into a more convenient format, namely RSL coin. And yes, you've heard absolutely correctly that an RSL coin is equal to one share of Renaissance Space Labs and vice versa. This is very important. Using RSL coin offers more flexibility and freedom compared to traditional forms of ownership. And you can also change your ownership form at any time later. All of this is true, but I want to say something slightly different. First and foremost, the creation of RSL coin was made possible by the following factors: opportunity, obligations, and responsibility. Mr. President has already mentioned the main factors of RSL coin, but I want to reiterate these three most important ones. Opportunity. Both the company and shareholders now have the opportunity to convert quickly. Quickly! So, we'll all move forward together. We've created this opportunity, and we want you to help us. Let's do it all together. And if we're together, we'll definitely get it done quickly. Commitment and responsibility. When we saw that the conversion wasn't going quickly, we committed to finding a solution and took responsibility for the easy way of conversion. And we believe that you will commit and take responsibility and help those who haven't yet converted their ECNs. Then, together, we'll move forward on the path to success. Let's do it together. To highlight the importance of this step for all of us, we've come up with an idea. We'd like to give a special thank you to those who act quickly and apply for RSL coins by the end of October. And to them, as to the most active part of our team, we'd like to offer a symbolic gift. Although this isn't exactly a gift, it's more of a shareholder's right. So, up until October 31st, everyone who submits applications for RSL coins will additionally receive a special collectible NFT, which will provide a voting coefficient of 9 go sharp for the creation of Intcoin, the base coin of Interatum, the marketplace of services of a new generation, and 30 voting units for the election of advisors of the president. This is truly symbolic in every way. Firstly, this is our gratitude for your response and help to all of us. Secondly, you as a co-owner receive a personal part of our main project, our main development area, the Interatom marketplace of services of a new generation. And one more thing, until the end of October, until October 31st inclusive, everyone who submits an application for RSL coin or an application for shares will receive 0.00001259 GR for each coin they are entitled to, or for each share that will be issued in their name. Please note, it is important to submit an application. The process itself can be completed later. The application will help us understand that the process has started. We all now have the opportunity to do everything quickly, which means giving new life, new impetus, and new opportunities to the Renaissance Space Labs community. Let's do it together. Let's do it quickly. Thank you for your attention.